Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Good Wednesday morning to you, Jim. Today, folks, you're going to want to tune in for this. We have Duggar Band on. We have Jordan and Seth. You know them from their number one hit, True Colors. We'll get into that. It's too patriotic for WSMV in Nashville. We'll get into that story, how that all generated, how they started their music career. They're absolutely amazing and true patriots of this country. You're going to want to tune in for that. Second half of the show, we're going to talk a little bit about the hearings yesterday, about activist judges. We have some things to discuss about the Wisconsin Supreme Court election yesterday and the two seats that were held by Republicans here in Florida. So that, and at the end of the show, our top five male actors who nailed their roles. TV or movie, right, Jim? Could be any of them. Maybe we'll ask Jordan and Seth who they think. Stay tuned for all that and so much more, Jim, on another episode of what?
Live from the Patriots Prayer Network studios. Two guys, one coup.
Be right back. Again, welcome. Good morning. It's Warrior Shield Wednesday, folks. Let's get to Shop with America real quick, and then we're going to bring up Duggar Band, Jordan and Seth. Be right back.
Welcome to Shop with America, where the emphasis is on America. Our movement is to switch away from your shopping with the big box stores and the mega corporations back to supporting family-owned, made in America. We've been giving these big box stores our money every day for years. But what's happened is they forced many small businesses to shut down. We call this the illusion of choice. We see all these products in these stores, but in reality, it's only a few companies that control it all. There are thousands of lawsuits for health damage because they put profit over our people. But there is another choice. We found a better way. There's a family-owned American factory with product integrity and have always done things the right way for the right reasons. And this company outperforms the big box stores. That's due to their month-to-month shopping club. They make everyday consumer products that we all use and buy again and again, like toothpaste, shampoo, coffee, and organic beef. Go to shopwithamerica.us today.
That's right, folks. Go to shopwithamerica.us today. Sign up, go there, and learn how you can support American-made products from an American-first company. Jim, we're going to bring up Jordan and Seth. That's right, shopwithamerica.us. We're going to bring them up. We've made them wait long enough. Here they are, folks.
Bring them up.
Gentlemen.
How's it going?
Gentlemen, okay?
The legends. Look at this.
You okay with that? Yeah, welcome, guys, to the show. Thank you so much for taking your time to do this. When we first heard this story, am I breaking up? My internet breaking up?
Yeah, a little bit, but they're okay.
You're going to learn right away, Jordan and Seth, that I probably have the worst internet in the United States of America. It's unbelievable. I live in the panhandle of Florida, for God's sakes. You'd think it was, I think I was in Afghanistan or something, but this is, you'll see. So at any rate, we won't get into that. It's a long story. We're glad you're here. We know all about you and about the song and about John Rich really, pushing it and producing it. We want to get into obviously how all that happened, but the real story here, besides your careers in general, was the song True Color, which is absolutely a spectacular song. We've played it on the air. We've promoted it. It simply is just patriotic. It simply is just about America, about your beliefs. And first of all, tell us how you came up with the idea for the song. What inspired you to write it? And then we can kind of get into the whole Nashville scene and how that happened. We kind of know liberal Nashville. We know some other artists that have experienced the same thing you have there. But tell us the story about the song and behind it and about the inspiration.
So we grew up hearing stories from my great granddad, who we called Pap, and we reference him in the second verse of the song.
Mm-hmm.
He was alive until I was in college. And so I got to spend a lot of time with my great grandparents and hear a lot of his stories. And even after that huge amount of time had passed, what happened over there still affected him in a crazy way. I mean, he would break down crying, talking to me about it. And I just saw how it affected his life. And some of my other family members said, once he came back from over there, he was still the same person, but he was affected. Like, he was changed by what had happened. A lot of his buddies didn't make it back home. And, I just heard those stories growing up and how he just left behind his family to go risk everything. He was on Normandy Day 2. So right after the big invasion, he came in right behind that. So he was there and saw that firsthand. And, just hearing those stories, it just amazed me, the amount of sacrifice that people had made from then up until now for this country. And we grew up in a musical family, and my dad was asked to sing God Bless USA at his high school graduation by his music teacher. It was a new song at the time in the 80s, and he sang it in front of several thousand people. And then he started singing it when his family would sing, and they toured around on a bus doing Southern gospel music. And I just saw how people reacted to that, and they would always recognize the veterans. And as a kid, I would just see all these men and women that had served our country. And we knew someday that we wanted to write a really good patriotic song that we could be proud of and that the country could be proud of. And we just had never really landed on the right idea or the right timing of it, I guess. And we met two guys through a mutual friend. They actually set up this writing session for us, and it was our first time meeting them. So just like us meeting here today, we walked into a room with two guys we'd never met. And that's kind of a scary thing, because a songwriting session in Nashville, you're trapped in a room with somebody for 3 or 4 hours trying to write a song. And if it's somebody, you don't really get along with or, have a good time with, it's like, well, this is going to be a long few hours.
It's a long day.
And so we spent the first hour or so just getting to know each other, and turned out to be awesome guys. And I think God really just brought it together.
Sure.
Because one of the guys had served in Afghanistan. Jesse had served in Afghanistan. And so we were able to hear some of his stories, more recent than some of the stories that I'd heard from my great granddad. And then Chris, the other writer, actually had the title, because everybody throws out a few ideas, but he's like, hey, I've been thinking, what if we wrote, something with true colors in it and maybe make it a patriotic song? We were like, hey, this is a great opportunity to do it. And let's do something high energy that's like, hey, I'm proud to be an American. Let's write something that every American can be proud of.
You're correct.
We talk about the colors, red, white, and blue. I mean, I think that even though people have different views maybe of how the country should be ran, I think everybody should be able to say, hey, I'm proud of this country. I'm proud of the freedom to have different ideas and have debate and still move forward as a nation. And so we were just really proud about how the song turned out. We wrote it, and we immediately sent it to our buddy John Rich. We just recorded it on our phone in that session. It was a really rough recording, and we went back and forth. We were like, man, should we send this to him? Because, our relationship was still pretty fresh with John. And we're like, man, he might just be like, this doesn't sound great. Like, forget this. Because the quality of it, right after you write a song, you don't know the song.
Right.
It's kind of weird. You have to learn it. And so we're like, you know what? We're excited about it. Just send it to him. And in 10 minutes, John hit us back. And he's a super busy guy. So for him to have time to listen to it, but then immediately message us, and we just started talking about that song, and ended up he got in the studio to produce it for us, which was a huge honor, and we released it in January. So
when help you guys write this song, right? You write this great song, patriotic song. We'll get into the whole Nashville, so what they did, but my question for you is, because I'm still asking and I can't get a great answer. When did being a patriot become political?
That's what we're still trying to figure out. I mean, we wrote this song trying to bring the country together. Like Jordan said, no matter what your political beliefs are, no matter what you believe about this country or about the way that it should be ran, or any of that, setting that aside, you should be able to say, I love this country.
Correct.
And the flag should mean a lot to you. And so we wanted to write a song that spoke to that. And, there's a lot of division. A lot of people don't like each other for political things. A lot of people don't like each other for a lot a things. And so with us, with entertainment, we see it as an opportunity to try to bring people together, try to bring, a sense of, for a couple hours during a show, let's forget about everything and just come through and have fun over music. That's our job. That's what we enjoy doing. And, there's nothing that we love more than this country. And we wanted to put that into a song. And we still don't know what they were talking about as far as it being politically biased.
Well, I mean, you
mentioned Starbucks at the beginning.
Yeah, you mentioned Starbucks, for the love of God. I mean, that's, you can't have that.
That's that's the left's number one thing there. I mean, you can't
literally,
Hey, I'm a patriot and I still like Starbucks. I love going. I got me one yesterday. So
again, we know. It's just
we know. I mean, that's the thing. It's it should be a nonpartisan issue, all of this.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it was just shocking, but in a way not, because we don't know if like Natasha Owens or Ryan Weaver or any of those names or those people. For the love of God. Again, I'll start over. I don't know. We know some of the artists in Nashville I'm frozen. Aren't I, Jim?
No, you're fine.
We got you.
Now you are. Okay. The question I think he's leading, we know two people who have basically left Nashville because it's turned the other way for some reason.
For me,
it hasn't done. And so is that how you felt when you went in to do this live show, to explain that, because you went into a radio station, right? And you were going to sing this song and they asked you not to. If you could kind of go into that a little bit.
Well, we were actually back in East Tennessee playing cornhole with our family, because on Mondays we try to visit our family over in East Tennessee. It's not that far of a drive from Nashville, and that's when we got the email that, and this had been in the works for a couple of weeks. I mean, we released this song officially on January 31st, and so we had started doing interviews and promoting the song and doing local media outlets, that kind of thing. And so our publicist at the time had got this interview set up with it's called Today in Nashville on a TV program there in town. And it was a big opportunity for us. We'd never been on that station. And even though it's a local show, Nashville's still a big market, and a lot of music people potentially could see it. And so we were excited about it, because we were also asked to bring our full band in. And so we had our band scheduled to be there. And it was going to be an early call. Us musicians, for a while, we only thought there was 8 o'clock, and the more eyes you get on you, you have to start being up super early for things. And so we were supposed to be there early that morning. So we had it all worked out, and the guys were planning to be there, and we were excited about playing the song, getting some good video footage that we could use to promote the song from the show. And we got that email on Monday evening, and we were supposed to perform Wednesday morning. And so it was like 36 hours before. And they asked us to still come on the show, but they just want us to choose a different song. And the way it was worded, it was like they expected us to just say, okay, yeah, we'll play something different. And they said they could even mention the song, we just couldn't sing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this does not sit well with me. And
good.
At the time, our publicist at the time was like, okay, what song do you want to do? And I was like, True Colors.
True Colors.
We were booked to play.
Yeah.
And so we called John. He's on vacation with his family because his kids were on spring break. And he was just really upset about it. And so he helped us navigate kind of how to do it. Cause our fans were expecting us to be on a show. So we didn't want to just not show up and be like, hey, we just didn't, play the show or whatever.
Yeah.
We just kind of went on and made a little video clip that said why we were asked not to play the song. We read the email on the video.
Mm-hmm.
And man, things just went wild from there. John got behind it in a big way. Many people like you guys got behind us, and it was just amazing the outpouring of support we got from people who love the country, and people I think on both sides who love the country and couldn't understand how loving the USA should be a political issue or not.
Correct.
And
if your
so
fans
we decided
went to
not to do the show if they weren't going to let us play that song.
Yeah.
How many of your fans went to the radio station and burnt it down?
Oh, man.
Just this is how we do it.
Yeah.
We support buy it.
Yeah.
I think there was a trending hashtag like I stand with Duggar Band that was going on for a while, and people were trying to, we noticed on some of the comments people were posting the phone number for the TV station.
Yeah.
We're trying to call them. And, a lot of the people that interviewed us said that they tried to call and they just got hung up on every time. So, it was wild. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do when you turn on one of us.
Shot the number one on iTunes, right?
That's right. Yes, sir.
And that's how we show. That's how we protest. I mean, I guess is the word.
That's how we do it.
The word of the day now. I'll try to get in a question here before I leave again. But I want to kind of go back to your background too, and how long you've been playing music. And you say you came from a musical family and all that. How long have you guys been together making music, making albums? Tell us some of the highs and lows of it all. There's people out there that have aspirations, be musicians, be whatever they are in life. How do you get through the no's, the negatives, I guess the down times?
Yeah, I think we started playing and singing when we were really little. Seeing our dad and our family get on the bus and travel doing Southern gospel music kind of sparked the dream in us. And whenever I was 4 years old and Jordan was 7, we sang on our first record with our mom and dad. And so I couldn't even talk playing. And that recording's still out there. And
it is.
I remember the song that we sang was "He's Still Working on Me" is Southern gospel album that we cut with mom and dad. I remember mom standing in the studio booth with me while I was singing my verse in the microphone, and she was mouthing the words to me to keep me on. I was 4 years old, but it started there, and we grew up in it, and we've always been together. We're best friends, and we've lived together. After college, we've went to Nashville and got an apartment together, and I think that really helps us stay grounded. If one of us gets too high from being too excited about something, the other one kind of can keep them even keel. And then the other gets too low for some reason, the other one can kind of step in. It makes it a lot better to deal with the highs and the lows. Being able to have each other and keep each other grounded and remind each other that that it's all from God anyway, and there's nothing we can do to start it or stop it, and whatever's in God's plan is going to happen. So you just that gives me the inspiration every day to be like, man, you know what? Whatever happens, it doesn't really matter, because all I can do is pick my foot up, and God's going to take it and move it where He wants it to go and put it down. And so there's no control I have over that. The only control I have is just to work as hard as I can and do the next thing that I know to do, and leave the results in God's hands. And that's just been a real big comfort as well. Like having the faith in God and in Jesus to because His plans are bigger than ours. We didn't wake up that Monday morning going to play cornhole. We didn't wake up thinking, oh, we're going to have a #1 iTunes song by the end of the week. We woke up thinking, oh, we got to go to play on TV station in Nashville. Is our band ready? Are we ready to do this? We're going to wake up early, all this stuff. And then God,
the curveball, right?
Boom,
and then
bigger plans. And so,
for sure.
If you're out there and you have dreams, chase them, because you never know what God has in store for you.
Correct. No, that's good advice, and firm believer of that. So
I was out yesterday And today I was out on your site looking at your songs and everything else. And guys, you guys are great. I mean, it's fantastic. The only thing I would have added instead of Toby Keith, I would have put George Strait in there, but that just shows the age difference. That just shows the age difference. But
George Strait's all smartest too.
Oh yeah.
But I mean,
we knew the age difference, Jim, when we knew the age difference when he said, he was singing, his dad was singing, God Bless the USA, and when it first came out, we're like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Anyway, we were there. But
we were there.
Your music when you write, how long does it take you? And because I always like to find out, like when you talk to people who write, and where were you at, or is there something that you see when you go out there and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to write about that? Where does this motivation come? Your creativity,
You never know when it's going to come. And so for us, thankfully, we have smartphones now. And, we've heard back in the day, it was a little harder to get an idea down or remember an idea. But for us, if I have a hook idea, which is like the title, like True Colors, for example, if I get an idea like that, then I'll put it in my phone, because you're not always in a position where you can just stop what you're doing and write a song. And normally when we get together to write, it's with 2 or 3 people besides, 3 people in a room, 4 people in a room total, including us. And normally how you start that session is everybody will come in and have a couple ideas each. I'll say, hey, I've thought of this and this, and I've got a whole list in my phone, and Seth does too. And then you have some melody ideas, like you may get an idea from melody. I'll just do a voice memo, have that in my phone as well. And then sometimes you can be like, okay, I have this hook idea and this melody idea. Maybe this could go together. And so you all throw out some ideas, and then everybody kind of settles on something that we're feeling. And we're like, okay, like what's this song saying? Like what kind of energy do we want it to have? Is it a ballad? Is it a burner that's going to get up and have some energy to it? And then you kind of start hashing out the melody. And then once you kind of get that, and it's goofy sometimes when you're sitting in a room, because we're just sitting there and you're just kind of like, you don't have words yet. So you're just like putting in words. So those songs, we might release one of those someday, because there's just like singing random stuff just to try to get the melody worked out. Yeah. But, normally a writing session takes 2 to 4 hours, and most cases you're done with songs. Sometimes you may have a song that takes a little longer. I think sometimes if you're meeting somebody for the first time, it takes a little longer just because you're more tentative with your ideas, and it just takes you a little while to start to mesh with them. Yeah. But typically, 2 to 4 hours, you come out with a pretty finished song. You'll spend some time over the next couple weeks listening to it and ironing things out. And I was just listening to the work tape the other day of True Colors, because the song continues to morph into what it becomes like when you finally get the recording put out. And just listening to some of the little melody moves that we had on that work tape and stuff, it was, I don't know if we'll ever get brave enough to put that out, but maybe the song is getting big. We'll put part of it out in the future. But it was really cool. Like I listened to it, and then I put the finished song right after it, and just seeing the transformation from that point is a really cool part of songwriting.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see the kind of the behind the scenes, how it's all evolved from the beginning to the end, which I obviously, and obviously as artists, probably like, we don't want to release this because that's not exactly, I get it, but we'd love to hear it. It'd be interesting for sure. Here's a kind of a loaded question, but is John Rich really the coolest dude on earth, or what? I mean, honestly, just a solid human being,
He's awesome. He's so great. And, when we first met him, it was actually at a TFA event near Nashville, Tennessee Firearms Association event. And we went up to him and talked to him afterwards, and he was great. He said, hey, email me sometime. We emailed him, and he invited us over to his house. We asked him if he would just sit down and give us some advice.
A lot of people in the music industry you meet will say, "Hey, send us an email," and then you never hear from them.
That's it, right?
I was like, well, is he actually going to email us back or not? But
yeah, he hit us right back and invited us over to his house. Not even like out to Starbucks for a drink. Like, come to my house, and that was.
I don't know if he drinks Starbucks or not.
Yeah, probably.
That was a crazy experience.
Have you tried his whiskey?
Yeah. We just sat there and said, "Hey, boys, how can I help?" And he's just been so giving of his time and just such a great mentor, and has helped us navigate this because we'd never hit a chart like the iTunes chart like this before, and so we didn't know what in the world. And in one day to go from not ever being on the chart that I think lists like 200 songs to being at the top of it is just
which is insane.
Surreal. And that's just another thing, that's how God works. But we were able to just call him and get advice every day. Like, hey, what do we do next? What do we do next? He's like, hey, this is why you got me. This is what you need to do. Do this, do that. Let's go have a meeting with my management team. Let's go do this. And he's just been such a great help. And he's a cool guy. He's actually in the midst of planning our number 1 party in Nashville. And it's just
no kid.
So surreal, so mind blowing, man. It's just great.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you guys, like Dale and I get along all the time. We never fight. Do you guys find yourselves where I need a moment?
Oh yeah. I think if you're around anybody for me, it's just like sometimes, I mean, I love people. I love meeting people. I love performing for people. But there's times where it's like I don't want to see any people. Like I just want to be by myself. Maybe it's just an hour. Maybe it's a whole day. But there's times where it's like I just need to not talk to anybody and just chill for a minute. And for us, like, if you're around somebody all the time, I think you kind of become a lot alike. So like the things that you might, get on your nerves, you tend to end up not doing. And so, I think because you've been around somebody so long, you're pretty similar. So you don't annoy each other too bad. But there's times, maybe we're tired or stressed out where it's like, I can tell he's in a bad mood. He can tell I'm in a bad mood. And we're just like, hey, we just need to get some space for a minute. But most of the time it's good. But I think everybody gets to the point where it's like, hey, I just need to be by myself for a minute and relax. So.
You all don't ever give off the impression that you could be in a bad mood. That's honestly, and I mean that in a kind of a good way, that your energy and your enthusiasm and just your genuineness is it shines through, not just in your music, but just speaking with you for the first time.
We played your acoustic. Yeah, we played your acoustic version.
Yeah,
and great. When I'm the kind of guy that when you can play an acoustic, and you guys did great. It was
sound as good as that.
Made me go out, and that's why I'm out on your website getting your songs and everything. And it's fantastic. It's still great.
Yeah, you guys went to both of you. Did you not graduate from the University of Tennessee? Did you?
Yeah, we did.
Do you guys want to talk about the college playoffs?
I wouldn't think so.
Oh, God. Yeah, that was a heartbreaker. It seems like we can't get past the Elite Eight, and trying to work hard. And
I'm an Ohio State guy, so that's why
he was talking. He was talking about the football.
Well, I will say this about Tennessee: we did win the baseball championship.
Yeah,
you did. I know,
and maybe we're still looking for one in football and looking for at least a Final Four in basketball. But I saw something where it was talking about the everything school. So across the board, though, men's basketball, women's basketball, baseball, softball, football, all things considered, Tennessee,
solid.
Our average position in all those sports is pretty high up there. So I think we're right on the verge with a lot of those. So hopefully we'll break through. But Ohio State, man, y'all had a great team this year.
I mean, you all showed up to
been in Neyland, though, it might have been a different story.
But Dale has to bring the conversation down.
I mean, it was just such an unexpected run for my team,
I mean, you went from almost firing your coach. I mean, at least that's what I heard from a lot of fans.
Guys, on the air,
you're going to have a statue, I think. But
on the air, Dale said after they lost to Michigan, I am never watching another Ohio State
Ryan Day Ohio State team again in my life.
That changed pretty quick.
That was aggravated. I was aggravated. Y'all showed up to Columbus, though. I'm telling you, and so many people from Tennessee. It's just such a good fan base and a good college. It's so hard to compete in the SEC anyways, just a tough conference, but we'll move on.
Aren't going to let you live that down, because you can say, hey, we won the championship, and they're going to say, but we beat you. So
I know, Mitch. I know. That's the thing. I'm like,
I've always said, all that matters.
I always said you can go 1-10 every year. Just make that one win, Michigan.
Right.
But no, I'd rather have this. So as much as I'd rather have that end of it.
Yeah,
anyways, guys, can you hang around for a few more minutes? We got to real quick go to another sponsor, and then if you got time, we'd love to have you. All right, hold on one sec. Here's Grit Gear and Lock and Load. We'll be right back.
Grit is defined as firmness of character, unyielding courage in the face of hardship or danger. At Grit Gear Apparel, we honor all military, police, fire, public service, and patriotic Americans, both men and women regardless of color, creed, or religion. Our brand represents the love and freedom for our country, the heroism of all our men and women, and the principles of what this wonderful country was built on. Our goal is to regenerate the sense of patriotism and to spark the American pride within us, to stand together in the toughest times and become victorious, to preserve all our freedoms, to honor our flag, and to respect the men and women who have fought and died for us to have these freedoms. Wear our brand with pride, with a sense of patriotism, and as a statement for the love of our country. Whether you're military, public official, or civilian, our brand is for you. Together we stand as Americans.
Do stand as Americans. There it is, gritgearapparel.com and also lockandloadcoffee.com, not Starbucks.
Nope.
Lock and Load.
Lock and Load right here.
Yeah, that's right.
Go there, use coupon code 2 guys, you get 10% off.
That's
It
right.
even applies to famous musicians.
That's
So-
right. They have great shirts, guys. They have this one's Pledge of
They
Allegiance.
do.
all
I was
around
going to
with the
say
flag in the middle,
something.
and it's
Yeah, I wanted to bring it up. I was kind of watching the whole video that John Rich did put out there about the song and about what happened to you in Nashville, and he was wearing a competitor's shirt. So I was like, how do we get Grit Gear Apparel in his hands? We need him to wear that as well. So but no, that's they're a great company, family owned
Rich
and
is
operated.
watching now, so if Rich is out there might be some shirts coming out with you guys.
Yeah, he's the owner of Grit Gear and Lock and Load. But
So,
we'll get some Lock and Load coffee in your hands.
listen,
it'll change
it
your
is
life.
very good. Do you like bold? Do you like mild or medium?
Yeah, I like bold.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's going to be an improvement over Starbucks. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's try it.
Let's do it.
Let's try it. Yeah, we'll get them in your hands. We'll get you
We'll get your we have your email, so we'll ask you for a place to send it, and then we'll go ahead and order it.
We'll get some sent your
That
way.
sounds great,
Give it a
guys.
try. You'll love it. Yeah, it's absolutely it's
You
incredible.
will not be disappointed.
No, you will not. Of course.
If we could have IVs set up, I'd have IVs all day, but I don't.
Yeah,
think
I'm a
that's healthy.
24/7 coffee guy, like drinker. So that's who we are. But back to you guys. What's next for you guys? I mean, like you said, you went from playing cornhole, which I'm assuming you're really good at. Great game, by the way. Love to take you on one day in it.
Yeah.
You go from there to the holy mackerel, man. We got the number one on Apple. So what has transpired since then? Like I imagine, you guys were on Pags' show. He's amazing. You've probably been all over the circuit, getting a lot of requests. Where are you going next? What's happening? How have you handled the success? Right.
Well, it's been a big change for us.
Mm-hmm.
We've done interviews before, but I would say in the past 2.5, 3 weeks, we've done more in that time frame than everything combined up to this point, which has been great. And we're overwhelmed at first, having several interviews and even like we try to wear something different each interview. So if we have videos posted on our site, like, oh, he just wears the same clothes every day. And so, we've been having to go shopping because we're running out of clothes.
We need to send you guys some shirts too.
Yeah.
So at first it was just trying to handle that. And thankfully, because of technology, we're able to do interviews like this with people who are further away from us.
Yeah.
But thanks to John, he kind of let us borrow his team, especially at first. And now a lot of those team members have become part of our team. And so they're helping us kind of handle and navigate this thing. And we've got some big things that are in the works that we're about to announce. And the song's really just getting started. And so get that benchmark of going #1 on iTunes with the downloads. But it's just the beginning for this song. We're excited to see where it's going to lead. But lots of big things planned. And I heard you're in the Panhandle, right? So we'll be down in Pensacola in June. So we'll be playing.
Oh, you're kidding me.
There, yeah. So
awesome.
You should come out one night and we'll
absolutely. Do you know the dates, or should I
we can send them to you. I have to check. I don't know right off.
Yeah, if you could send your schedule, that would be
that would be amazing. Yeah.
We're in different places. I'm in Indiana. He's in Florida. He can. But I did hear a fundraiser opportunity. 2 guys won coup against the Duggar Band.
Yeah,
cornhole.
That's right. There we go.
Sponsored by Beer.
The place we play in Florida, they actually have some cornhole boards there. So that's one thing.
No kidding. Good.
We'll play a little bit on the beach.
That's right.
Yeah, that'll work. Awesome. So absolutely. I'll get those dates and we will show up for sure.
All right.
We look forward to it. That's great. I'm certain you're not going to Indiana, right? Is that like a part of that?
We played a few shows in Indiana.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
Terre Haute.
And I remember this. We were doing an event with Coca-Cola. And it was one of those early ones. We had to be there at like 7 a.m. It was like 20 degrees. So we had a show in Tennessee the night before, had to fly up early, like 4 a.m. that morning, get up there. We were sick. We had to sing outside because it was like the bottling museum or something. It's where they invented the Coke bottle, I think.
Yeah.
They were unveiling a mural and we were singing and stuff. Yeah. But I just remember freezing. But it's a beautiful part of the country. We played a few shows up in Indiana. Hopefully we'll be back soon.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
Absolutely. What's the next? Do you already have a kind of a follow-up to True Colors or something that you guys are working on that's we can all look forward to here shortly? Or do you want to break the news, or do you?
We've got a lot of stuff that we're working on. We got new music that we're writing and recording, and we got a lot of stuff in the pipeline that's ready to come out. Right now, we're focused on this song and just promoting it as much as we can. And
how much pressure's on you with your next song?
That would be the thing too. I guess I would think.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just see how God can take everything and something that you don't expect. So I try to not. Sometimes you do feel the pressure, but it's like you just remind yourself, hey, we didn't get us ourselves here. And so we don't have the responsibility of keeping us here. So try to put out just try to put out good music and let God handle that. But
I think it's only the beginning for you guys.
You can drive yourself crazy from feeling all that pressure.
I think you're gonna soar. I really believe that.
I mean, it's incredibly talented, just great musicians, great voices. It's just perfect. It's just it's crazy how much, when you think about it, and you think about how much talent is out there and how many people aren't that are just busting their rear ends every day, on this, playing street music wherever you're going. I don't care if it's New Orleans or Nashville or wherever it is, and how talented so many people are out there, that it is really by the grace of God that somebody discovers you, or you get a good opportunity at some point and all that. And there it is. So that's where you can find them. www.duggarband.com. That's where you can find all the information.
Disappointed, I can tell you that right now.
Correct. But it's just amazing, the talent. And then you got to be, obviously the praise goes to God that this did happen. I mean, honestly, if WSMV had you on, who knows what the other steps would be. So it's incredible how a technically negative turns into such a good positive, and such good vibes. So there's only one person in charge of that. We know who that is,
and maybe it's awesome. Maybe you'll make John Rich more famous.
Yeah,
he's already got
he could use a little help.
Yeah, pretty good head start.
Yeah,
he's all right, I guess.
We're going to give you guys the last word before you run. Again, tell us where you're going next, what's happening, and again, how they can find you. They can also follow you on X too. Give your X account too as well.
Right. So we're on pretty much every social media. You can still help us by downloading our song if you haven't off iTunes. It's $1.29.
Yep.
and less than a cup of coffee at any place, probably.
At any place you go to.
But you can do that. And then also, what helped the most probably is to buy the song and then stream it, because then we get a little bit per stream, and so that helps us. But continue sharing it. We've been, a lot of people have found out about this, and a lot of people found out all at once. But every day, people keep discovering the story and keep discovering the song. We keep getting messages. So just continue to help share it, and that would help us a bunch. But it's Duggar Band on pretty much every social platform. Our X handle is Duggar_band, I think.
Yeah, and if you type in Duggar, it comes right up, though. Yeah.
So we'd appreciate a follow on whatever you use the most. And
we stalk you.
Yeah.
We just released our first True Colors shirt.
Yeah.
Last
Did you?
night.
I saw it
last night. Okay. Yeah.
For pre-orders. So I think there's going to be quite a bit of True Colors merch coming. And so,
good.
But we got a shirt out because we've been asked about that for a while. And we got some other exciting things planned. I wish I could just say it all, but hey, we'd love to come back on and talk.
We'd love
anytime.
to have you back on.
Yeah,
we absolutely.
What's happening? So.
And
we've got
have some
really
comments
great
here.
Guys. Big thanks for being here today. That's from a listener as well.
And
so
then we
thank
have
you for
another
your
one
comments.
who agrees. Absolutely. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
A lot of comments that we obviously can't get to because I'm really terrible at playing comments. Jim's my guy for that. So my ADHD will let me focus on one thing, and then from there it's just absolutely.
And then of course, Great Gear is always looking at money, looking at opportunities, and let's talk merch.
So I mean, let's talk merch.
There's an event. We can talk later about it, but we definitely want you guys back on, and we will do everything we can to promote you guys, play it, all that stuff. I have it on my iTunes. I downloaded it, and it's great, guys. I'm telling you, and we're not just saying that because you came on the show. That it is
really a great song.
And when you reference Toby Keith, you can't go wrong. I mean,
he was great. So, he was awesome artist.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, the lyrics are very spot on and to the point, and apply to I think what we're all going through as a country right now. Anyways, we remember back on 9/11. A lot of, maybe you kids don't, but we remember.
Some of us do.
But you remember the unity and the country came together. And that's really what we need as a country. We are so much more alike than the media portrays, or even politicians say we are. That a song like that should be unifying, and I think it is. Yeah, I think it is for sure. So
no the reason for it.
Yeah, no kidding. But we would absolutely love to have you back on. I hope you guys, there it is, x.com, Duggar_band. That's where you're going to find them, people. We did a top 5
and an intro song for Two Guys One Coup.
I mean, if it inspires you, and I'm certain we have.
I mean, we do that. See, this is what we do. We just inspire everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's who we are. We're such givers. I was going to say we do a top 5 every at the end of every show and all that. And I'll put you on the spot. We're doing like top 5 male actors who nailed their roles, like an actor who like top 5. So I'm going to put you on the spot. Yeah. Think of an actor who nailed their role. Who would you choose? Either one can start.
Well, I know one right off the bat, and it's one of my favorite movies whenever I was really young is when it came out, and I remember watching it, and I thought he did a great job. But on it, I mean, it kind of fits with the theme, but Mel Gibson did a great job in Patriot.
Yep.
I really like that movie.
There you go.
So, that's a really good movie.
For an Australian, nailed that role.
Yeah.
American
Patriot.
Yep. Yep.
Another
Jordan,
one?
you got one?
Oh man, I'm terrible at this.
See, put you on the spot. I know.
Yeah, said that a good one. One that comes to mind, one of my favorite movies, because I wanted to play basketball in college, and actually had an injury in high school, and that's what led me to start playing guitar seriously.
Wow.
And one of my favorite movies growing up, though, and I had it on VHS. We are old enough to have VHS when we was. But we used to get these box of videos. It was like feature films for families or something. And one of the movies that had come in that box was called Hoosiers. And you might appreciate
Indiana boy.
Absolutely.
And just the vibe of that movie. It's like, if this doesn't make you want to play basketball, I don't know what would. But
I don't either.
And I'm terrible with names, but I believe it's
Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman
was
who just passed away recently.
Passed away tragically, and
Yeah.
You know, hated to hear that. And he's been in so many great movies, but
Yep.
I feel like you really nailed the coach in that movie. I was like, I would watch that movie and immediately go outside and start playing basketball. So
it's such an inspiring movie.
Yeah. So
from an Indiana, living in Indiana, we love it. It's goosebumps because, you know, it's probably not as much because our college basketball team's not doing so well here in the last 10 years, but you know, good movie. Yeah. Excellent.
Good movie. Good choice.
Good ones.
Well, thank you for that. I mean, that was on the spot, you know, so
next time we have you
those
on,
were two good ones.
Next time we have you on, we'll email you what the time
is. Okay, here's what we're doing. So I won't put you
more prepared.
your top coffee brand.
Because there was a good one.
So Lock and Load comes to mind. I don't know.
A good suggestion out here was, you know, let's have some top country duos.
Yeah, exactly. I know two right now.
You guys are number one.
Yeah,
Montgomery Gentry, you know, Brooks and Dunn, you know,
right below you guys, and then
company.
Duggar Band, Jordan and Seth. Guys, thank you so much.
You there.
Yeah, let's get you there. We can't thank you enough. We appreciate it. Thank you for sitting through my really bobo internet service at the beginning. I appreciate that. And putting up with that. Thank you again for coming on. Thank you for what you do and who you are and the people you are.
Yes. God bless.
You've inspired a lot of people, whether you know it or not. You really have. And so keep it up. Keep up the good work. And please, come back when you can. We'd love to have
you back.
Yeah.
If you have an announcement to make, please let us know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We'll be in touch. And
tell that John fellow we said hi.
Yeah.
I can't remember his last name, but tell him. Well, guys, thank you again. Good luck to you. I'm going to see you in June, regardless. We'll get those dates, and we'll get some of that Grit Gear and Lock and Load to you. I mean, absolutely. Yeah. Talk about inspiring. You can't wait. So,
awesome.
Guys, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you both.
Hey,
God bless you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Wow. Guys, seriously, go out and download that song.
Nice.
Actually, not just that. Go out and check out all their songs.
They're just such nice guys. It's good to hear that. It just is great to hear that good things are happening to nice people, in this world. And that's really the important part about it all, is that they worked hard. They're talented. It's not like they don't deserve it. They're talented for sure. And just such good people in general. So we can't thank them enough.
See this question from Rick. Sorry, we didn't catch that, but
I know
we'll play a little bit of it.
But no, I was going to ask, but I mean, that was hell. They weren't even, I put them on the spot with top, male actors who nailed their roles. I just wanted to see what their thought was.
Yeah.
But is my internet still freaking up, Jim?
Nope, you're fine.
Oh, it was terrible, wasn't it?
Just that one little bit. Just that one little bit.
One little bit. Sorry we didn't get to everybody's comments and questions out there. I really am sorry about that.
Especially when my brother posted that he's still waiting for me to uplift him.
Uplift him. I know.
he listens to us. I mean, how much more uplifting does he need?
Yeah. And here he goes. It's like they're on two guys. They made it, right?
That's all right.
I mean, it's the peak of their career, right?
And did you see what Buckeye put up here when I
might have?
I said
literally
get along.
I'm
she goes misinformation, Jim. So
I know.
What? We get along all the time. We do
get along. I know when you're in a bad mood, and you were in a terrible mood before the
Shop America. Shop with America joined us today. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
And we did play your commercial earlier on, so hopefully you caught that. So
go support them. Shop with America.
Shop with America.
US, please. Appreciate the comments. Go on, Jim. I'm freezing up again, probably.
Nope, you're fine. So
nope, I was gone.
So there were some elections last night.
There were, guys. Let's get into this real quick. I know. Listen, I could have talked to them all day long, Jim. By the way, I literally can talk to them all day.
We definitely need to.
I'm glad they're going to be here. They're going to be an hour of me in June. So,
Well, maybe it just depends when in June, dude.
Well, you're right, because there's a big the royal wedding is in June, and so into that as well. I was going to say what time, when it's going to be. It'll be right smack dab in the middle of June, right?
Well, and you got other things going on that week too.
I do. I'm like gone for like 10, 12 days that month. So, the odds are it's the other 18. Probably not. Thank you, Buckeye.
Thank you, Buckeye.
Shop with America. U.S. Appreciate it. And yeah, thank you to Shop with America for joining us today too. We appreciate him
and all of you,
all of you that are here. Thank you so much. And again, sorry we didn't get to the comments and all that on there. But yeah, there was an election last night in Wisconsin and in Florida. So a couple things here. There were 2 House seats that had special elections in Florida. You know how Republicans do in special elections. They don't.
So the fact that we turned out and they won.
Yep. One was my district. One was
convincing.
Pretty convincing. So, and especially in District 1 where I'm at. So that's Matt Gates's open seat, right? Jimmy Patronis, who has been on our show before.
Yep.
He was the CFO for the state of Florida, worked under the DeSantis.
It was before we came on this network, right?
Before we came on this network. Yeah, Jimmy Patronis was on.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great. He's a great guy. There was a lot of rumblings. He doesn't live in the district. He doesn't, I'm like, I've seen the people that live in my district. I don't want them running. But anyways, so, and he, by the way, he spent the last, 6 years in Tallahassee at the Capitol with Ron DeSantis.
He's been kind of busy. Yeah,
kind of busy. So, but he's a great guy, and he'll do good for my district. But he won despite being outspent 6-1 by the Democrats.
Incredible.
Incredible. Outspent 6-1. So when we're talking about how terrible last night was because of the Supreme Court election in Wisconsin, which is absolutely, I guess we'll go and get into this. Wisconsin voted in voter ID statewide, overwhelmingly voted it
60 to 40, I believe. Yeah.
But voted in a Marxist communist Supreme Court. Again, one has to ask, how does that happen?
Well, they're equal, right? We gave them this. We're going to give them this.
They're going to redistrict. It might cost us 2 seats, we figure, right? If that happens,
but I think we're, as long as
again, Wisconsin, you have the right to leave the state and move to Florida or anywhere else. That down to Indiana, go somewhere else. You have the right to leave the state, and you may want to. Who knows? But I think we'll be okay. So we won both seats in Florida. We won voter ID. We lost the Supreme Court in Wisconsin.
Yeah, and guys,
I'm more pissed about something else. But go on, Jim.
Yeah, we have other things that guys, watching Cory Booker, I've changed my mind.
Yeah, I'm inspired.
He inspired me to.
Inspired so much. He inspired so much that this is what CNN reported yesterday.
Toledo, voters' views of the Democrats in Congress among all voters disapprove 68%. And look at the approved number, just 21%.
It was 26%.
The Democratic Party at large. This is the lowest on record for Democrats, according to Quinnipiac University polling. You think these numbers are bad? Let's go to this side of the screen. We'll look how Democratic voters feel. Get this. The plurality
Those are Dem voters, guys.
Those are Democrat voters.
Democrats in Congress at 49% and just 40%.
Only 40% approved.
Horrible. Oh, my goodness gracious, you just can't get worse than these numbers.
Challenge accepted.
We'll make them worse.
Now, we can't, they're a mess. We cannot rest. We cannot rest.
We're a mess too.
Fighting. We were just going to talk about that. Dale helped me out a little bit. Talking to the Duggar man helped too. I was in a really bad mood.
Oh. I'm like, you're going to be terrible during this interview.
We can't get out of our own way.
Step on our own peckers.
I'm like, Republic, take one effing bill.
Yeah.
4 pages, put it out there, vote for it.
Correct.
Okay. Don't add this other crap to it because that's what caused these 9 Republicans to say no. We're not doing this. So when you hear, oh my God, Republicans voted against Trump's agenda. No, they didn't. There was one little thing in there about voting. Somebody had their baby there, and
which is unconstitutional to vote by proxy, by the way.
Yeah,
so for them for those 9 to want to die on that hill, though, is piss poor timing.
That's what the point of that vote was, and that's why they didn't want to vote. But take vote. Voter ID, federal elections, you must have a valid voter ID and you must be legal. Put the bill out, vote the bill. We have enough. We don't need a Democrat.
Yep.
Push the damn thing through, then move on to the next bill.
I mean, they postponed the SAVE Act exactly this point.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm telling you, I am up to here with Mike Johnson as leader of this.
Stop
I am up to
adding
here
shit.
with him.
Right. Stop it. Just get the
sorry,
bill.
y'all have to work 5 days a week. Maybe just try 5 days a week. I don't know if they have since the election. You know,
stop with the sound bites.
Abysmal.
You know, sound bites are great.
Oh,
sound bites are great. Do the damn job.
As is hearings.
Because what are the Democrats? They're a mess. Every one of them votes.
They vote in line.
So
they vote in line. It's just aggravating to hell. Republicans do something. Do it now. Again, am I worried about the midterms? I am not yet. I really am not.
Not yet.
I am not yet. But the problem is with midterms and was with the election yesterday. Trump's name's not on the ballot, and so I don't know what happens to Republicans when Trump's name is not on the ballot. But all of a sudden, they're very like, did I go away, Jim?
You did, but you're back.
Son of a gun. This has been a hell of a Wi-Fi day.
And I want to remind everybody.
And yes, I know I can get Starlink. I literally am supposed to have fiber here shortly.
On the ballots in midterms, Trump is on the ballot.
Yep.
All right. If Republicans do not hold the House, the last 2 years of Trump's presidency, nothing is going to get done. He is going to be impeached at least 5 times.
Yep.
Nothing is going to happen. So, folks, we cannot stress this enough. The economy has to start showing more improvement. It is improving. It is.
Yep.
The tariffs, we got to get through this crap on the tariffs. We got to get whatever is decided, whatever you agree with this, whatever you disagree with that. Let's just wait it out and see what happens. But the economy has to get better. It has to get better. Everybody likes what's going on with the illegals. Okay, that's the border stop and everything else. We'll get there. We just have to be patient. But the damn Republicans in the Congress, stop falling over your crap and let's push these bills individually through if we have to. Let's get the damn bills through.
Yep,
okay?
exactly.
Just get them through.
Just get them through.
Stop with
here, Shop with America says it's pork. That's what they put it. That's just one bill, one time. Of course, that. You also get it done already.
Yep.
Grit Gear posts this. Have the Epstein files been released yet? No. Yeah, I mean, no, they haven't.
But Aiken, she did say that they're going after the death penalty for Louis Mangione.
Aiken, you can't show up in person. You don't deserve the job. Listen, how many? I sure love to work 2 days a week, you know, and then the other 3 just say, I'll do what I want, you know, whenever I want. Listen, you can't get a nanny, get a babysitter. How many Americans out there have to get childcare or get a parent to watch the child or whatever it is they have to do, or they don't work and one of them stays home, just like you, Congress. Stay home then. Don't take the job.
And we don't want
a lot of people could fill those seats.
We don't want to hear this that, well, it's for mothers who just had new mothers.
Bull
you
crap.
know damn well that's not how it's going to be.
It's for Pete Buttigieg, who's got to be at home breastfeeding his child.
Or they don't want to come, right. Or I don't feel like going in that day. So I'm going to vote for them.
I got to watch the kids this day.
You can't do that. It's not safe. It's not secure. Just stop.
And it's unconstitutional.
Yeah. Because of that.
Yeah.
We didn't get these first initial bills to come through.
That's right.
So
because of that. Because that hill they're dying on. And I love Anna Paula Luna. I love
she's
Kim Burchett we had on the show. He's an amazing American, an amazing individual. Just don't die on this hill right now. That's all I'm asking. Please. And Mike Johnson, for the love of God, get off your rear end.
Why did you let them go home?
Why did you let them go home? Yeah. This is not what we voted for. So, Jim, now I'm in a bad mood. See, I was in. Jim, it's amazing how you get me in a bad mood. There's a lot going on. One thing I want to play real quick, and of course they had hearings on activist judges. Folks, listen, we got a show Friday too. We've got Jim Pfaff. Is that how you say his name? I'm going to really
I believe it is. Yes.
Jim Pfaff from the Conservative Caucus. We're going to have a special episode Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern. He will be on with us this Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Jim Pfaff with the Conservative Caucus. We'll ask him all these questions. We'll get his opinion on this. Smart man, knows his stuff. So stay tuned for that. One thing I do want to play real quick, though, is
Grit Gear has a point. We can do two jobs. They can't get one done.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rich.
Thank you, Rich.
We should run for Congress.
Yeah.
Well,
Rich,
Dale wants to be president, and I'll be vice president. We'll wait till after.
Yeah. Everyone bitching on Facebook yesterday about Jimmy Petronis not living in the district. I just put in, I'll run. I didn't get any support. I live in the district. I'll run. I said, boy, would y'all love that. Imagine that X page, Dale for Congress.
I can see it now.
You can see it now. There was this whole, so how Trump, the deporting of all these poor immigrants. I'm sorry, gang members, rapists, murderers, child sex traffickers, child rapists. That's who's being murdered. But there was one that the Democrats just championed. He was a father from Connecticut or something like that they deported and all that. Well, folks, no, he was not might have been a father. I mean, technically.
Could have been.
Not a dad, but a father. I'm sure. This is who he was. And Caroline Leavitt yesterday set the record straight. Mm-hmm. Let's listen.
The error that you are referring to was a clerical error. It was an administrative error. The administration maintains the position that this individual who was deported to El Salvador and will not be returning to our country was a member of the brutal and vicious MS-13 gang. That is fact number one. Fact number two, we also have credible intelligence proving that this individual was involved in human trafficking. And fact number three, this individual was a member, actually a MS-13 gang, which this president has designated as a foreign terrorist organization. Fact number four is that foreign terrorists do not have legal protections in the United States of America anymore, and it is within the president's executive authority and power to deport these heinous individuals from American communities. It is a promise he campaigned on. It is a promise he is keeping. And every single person in this room should be grateful for that, considering especially MS-13 is very prevalent and prominent here in the District of Columbia, in Maryland, and in Virginia. And the president, the attorney general, everyone who has been involved in these operations is focused on eradicating these criminals and terrorists from our communities.
Bingo. He was a father. Unreal.
Caitlin Collins and some of these other idiots that are in that, this is what they're falling on, folks. This is what they believe in. This is what they believe. I mean, these individuals, they're here illegally. Yes, I understand they do have some protections, right?
Correct.
But damn it, if you're bad, I don't believe now. Maybe hopefully there's no mistakes that are done. But these individuals that were sent to El Salvador are good people.
No,
they're just not good people.
They're not.
And
the Republicans had a hearing. Well, the Congress had a hearing yesterday about activist judges and all, and they had one Aurora, Colorado mother on there, and it's about a 5 or 6 minute video, and it's amazing, and it's so true and heart wrenching. I'm not going to play that today. We'll play it on Friday. You may have already seen it, but I don't want to skip it, and I know we're running a little over, but go ahead.
There could be worse
things.
It could be worse. I mean, we could be going through what this guy's going through.
Poor fella.
We'll explain this for those of you. We'll just go and play it real quick, and then we'll play.
Yeah, this poor guy.
Why? Stop. This is thing not hot. I swear to God, if anyone says welcome to womanhood, I'm gonna lose my
welcome. So what happened here?
Okay, so to play this out, this was titled "Man's First Period." So this guy's walking around acting like he's got a period started, and he has this little smile on his face. Oh, stop. Stuff like, and then he lays down and he says, if anybody says welcome to womanhood, this is a dude who thinks he's having his first period.
And if he is bleeding from there, in fact, you should go seek medical attention.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I don't think a pad or a tampon is going to help you.
Ask Tampon Tim. It might, I want to play a couple comments here. Johnson has no Johnson.
That's right.
That is, I agree with that. And then Tarna, again, I cannot take these loons anymore.
And they post this on.
Yeah, but then who gives them attention? We do.
Oh, and by the way, guys, on X, the big thing now on X is all these people threatening MAGA people. Okay. Don't worry. They will never, because their mother will not lay out their clothes for them to be able to leave their computers in the basement and come out in the in sunlight.
Yeah,
They can
or
only
not-
do it
or
from their
not.
computer. So
Yeah.
I'm not worried
Mhm.
about that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, exactly.
As they're eating
True,
their hot
Dale.
pockets.
Yes, we give them attention. Well, I guess we got to make fun of them, Tarna.
Well, that's really what we're doing.
That's all we're doing. Just ripping on these idiots. Listen, real quick, it is Warrior Wednesday. I do want to play Warrior Shield real quick, and then we'll come back because we got just an incredible top 5 today.
Mhm.
Top 5 male actors who nailed their role. Yeah, I mean, it was a hard one for me. There was many to from.
Yeah,
But
we'll explain.
We'll
that
get
when I
into it.
to
Yeah, yeah. Jim probably had, I don't know. We'll see. I can't wait. Hardly. Warrior Shield. Be right back.
The Warrior Shield Foundation is here to unite, honor, and provide support for veterans, first responders, and Gold Star family members. The foundation will enable them to find the help they need through direct assistance or connecting them by our shared vision network. Using data-driven models, we provide solutions that make a long-lasting difference. We, along with our partners, are dedicated to bringing together like-minded groups and individuals who have committed to making a difference in the lives of our hard-working, everyday heroes. We bridge the gap by connecting warriors or their families with the assistance they deserve and require, such as service dogs, wheelchairs, counseling, scholarships, and team-building retreats, to name a few. You can help right now to make a difference for those who have helped and protected us all. Warrior Shield Foundation. Selflessly doing for those who need it most.
I cannot emphasize enough about supporting Warrior Shield, and do that at warriorshield.org. Thank you, Buckeye. And I want to thank Buckeye and Tarna and Aiken and all that. They share their Warrior Shield stuff on X. They support them, they push them. It takes a community, folks, to do that, and they need it. Right now they're having a 20% off sale up until Good Friday.
That's right.
On tickets. So get your VIP tickets, get your concert tickets, get anything. And get down to Orlando in September.
See us.
And come see us in person. I know Buckeye's got another commitment that week, unfortunately, but next year, make sure you do that, Buckeye, for sure. But do that. It's September 5th through the 7th at the Rosen Center in Orlando, Florida. Go support them online if you can't make it. Any donation helps. $1, $5. Take that Starbucks cup of coffee to Duggar Brothers we're talking about, throw it down, and put that money towards warriorshield.org. No better people on earth can you donate to.
And Rich, I think if we want to add a new guest for 2026,
I
think we can probably talk to the Duggar.
Maybe they can even come down. Who knows? And maybe just play that song. Just hop on once or something and do that. We'll just set it all up for you, Rich. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll take care of it.
While you're at it, that we've got this handled. At any rate, I say that a lot. At any rate, why do I do that? Do you notice that? I say at any rate. What is that?
Because you're a loan officer. Sorry,
I'll give you a loan, but man, I'm telling you, the interest is high, and you best pay it back. You
are Italian.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that back. So, what time is it? We change our top 5 intro song and little logo thing, or you good with that? Personally, I don't like that song, but
it's kind of hard to do a hard rock song with the synthesizers all over the place. But Van Halen did.
Van Halen did. Yeah, you might as well.
But They had Eddie Van Halen.
They had Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, and Alex on the drums. I mean, come on. I mean, that's who they did. And it was pre-Sammy Hagar, who sucked, by the way, in Van Halen. I fight me. I dare anybody to argue with me. Sammy.
I like David Lee Roth better,
course.
but I thought they were okay with Sammy.
Yeah. At any rate, again, I said,
okay. For a guy who likes Rush, I don't think you ever really need to.
Listen, I'm about to. I go first.
Guy's got some good ones. Yeah, okay.
She's got good ones. I'm going to tell you she does. Okay, maybe. Well, you'll see. Here's mine. Add to stage. Top 5. Here's the short version. Top 5 male actors who nailed their roles.
Yeah.
What else can I say that?
That's fine. You're good.
I shorten that.
So, I'm curious on this one.
Are you?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, then. Let's get right to it. James McAvoy in Split. Don't know if you saw the movie, whether you liked that movie or not, or if you're, his character transitions in that movie. I don't think anybody else could have done it. No. He was incredible. 24 different identities. You didn't see them all, obviously. Yeah. You saw about 14 to 20, somewhere around there, depending on whether you saw it in Split or Glass, I think Glass was the last one where all 3 of them were in it. His role, he was just absolutely spot on and nailed that role.
Good one. Yep.
Good movie too.
Forgot about that one. That's a good one, Dale.
Yeah, he's just unbelievable. Is his role in it. And I really honestly didn't know much really about him before that. I know he'd been in movies, but his acting was spot on. Number 4, moving on. Bryan Cranston in Breaking Bad. Sorry. That's just always, he nailed Walter White and the transition over into Heisenberg and his role in his acting. His acting was just, again, politically, I'm not going politically on any of this crap. Bryan Cranston, I think, is a phenomenal actor. Personally. From Malcolm in the Middle to Walter White. I mean, come on. The guy just nailed that role to me. My number 3, Kelsey Grammer and Frasier. Tell me anybody else who could have played that role.
Yeah.
You're
good. Yeah.
It's not him without it. That role was made for him.
Yeah. Agreed.
Absolutely spot on and did it. My number 2, Heath Ledger, The Dark Knight. There will never be a better Joker
ever
again. Ever will there be
Joaquin Phoenix? Not even close.
Oh God,
not even close.
He's not terrible. Yeah, I mean, I never thought he was a great actor, anyways. Joaquin Phoenix, so that's just he's not my thing. But that is my number 2. My number 1, Jim, Anthony Hopkins as Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
Very good.
No other person
can't argue. I went a little different way on some of them, but
that's fine. No, that's good.
That is awesome. You're right.
So I mean, he just absolutely nailed that role, and I couldn't picture it without anybody else. So we're moving out. That is my top 5. If anybody has one out there, go ahead and put it up for
Buckeye, us. Kevin McAllister, Macaulay Culkin, Marlon Brando, Stanley Kowalski,
Anthony Hopkins, Hannibal Lecter, John Rambo, Heath Ledger,
the Joker.
I disagree with 0 of those.
Duck, you're right. Keanu Reeves, John Wick. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
he does play John Wick well. It's Keanu Reeves. Bob Haskins as Mr. Smee, Charles Dance as Tywin Lannister.
Oh, that's a
such a good one.
That is a very good one.
Scott as General Patton, 100% true. Does he have a 2 and a 1, or did
I think so? Right.
That is such a good list. And tied for my top, Dennis Quaid, Val Kilmer, both portraying Doc Holliday.
I thought Val Kilmer was much better than Dennis.
I did too. I did too.
Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday. That role. Absolutely nailed that role. And yes, R.I.P. Tarna.
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins, Jack Nicholson, The Shining, Heath Ledger, The Dark Knight, Marlon Brando, The Godfather, Peter Sellers, Pink Panther. Peter Sellers. I forgot about Peter Sellers.
Oh my God, that is
such a good one. You're right. Those were great movies.
That is so good.
That is really good.
Honorable mention: Mel Gibson as Hal Moore, We Are Soldiers. Yeah, that actually is
true.
Good.
That's
one.
That's a great one.
Very
absolutely.
Good one.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
I don't think so yet. Maybe they'll come up
Okay.
as you do yours, and then we'll play them afterwards.
All
But
right,
yeah,
so
those were
mine-
all great, guys. Nothing. Top 5 actors who nailed their roles.
Yeah.
So yeah, same thing. Okay,
Bryan Cranston, Walter White.
no doubt,
You
no doubt.
you got me hooked on this. Now you threatened
Yeah.
my life if I didn't
I know.
watch it. I mean, you
I
said you
did.
cut
I
my
did threaten
throat
your
if I
life.
watched
Basically,
it.
I
But,
said if you don't, I
guys,
will kill
if
you.
you haven't seen it,
Mhm.
spot on. I mean, just
Spot
nobody
on.
else could have played it, and that's
Nobody.
how
I
you
mean, who
look at
hasn't?
this, right? That's how you
Huh?
look at this. Nobody.
That's
else
how I
could have
look at
played
it.
the
Who
character,
else could have
right?
played the role and
Right.
or played it better? And nobody.
Mhm.
You know, yeah, nobody.
Number
Yep,
4, Heath Ledger, The Joker, Dark Knight.
zero. Zero.
There is
You didn't
nobody
go
ever going to
different.
be able to play.
Yeah.
Nobody. No, the next 2 will be different.
Oh, cool. No, that's good. No.
So,
I mean, it's
and
all.
the reason it's the character they play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand.
Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool.
I mean,
Guys, there's nobody else could play that role. That
I-
role was meant for him. I know he's going through shit right now, and he's an idiot.
well, I don't care.
He's,
Yeah, I don't
his
care. About
wife
that
was
whole-
about ready to have an affair with her co-star.
not maybe not true. I don't know about that.
I think it pretty much was going on.
There's
She
some
was-
text messages.
Yeah.
You know what's going on with Blake Lively,
There's
and you know,
so
yeah, there's
anyway,
a little bit of stuff going
I mean,
on. there.
death.
I agree.
Then this next one,
Mhm.
I'm a huge fan.
Okay.
Johnny Depp, Captain Jack Sparrow.
Okay, so to me, Johnny Depp could have been on a lot of things.
Yes.
I mean, you know, he really does play. You're not wrong.
Take him out of playing that character.
Yep.
Movies, you don't have 2 and 3,
Well, no, you
or
don't.
4 and 5,
Or
you don't
4 and
have it.
5, and they
Yeah.
didn't have a 6, obviously. So,
Yeah.
but they're talking about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
So
all-
yeah,
better
I
hurry
agree.
up.
I agree. I agree. Nailed the role.
So, and
Nailed
now
the role.
my number 1 is going to be out in the middle of nowhere, guys, because
Oh,
this
no.
guy nailed this part.
I can't wait.
Austin Butler as Elvis Presley. If you have not seen this movie, this kid, whether you like him or not, absolutely
It's not good
killed
at all.
that role. Killed it.
I
When
mean,
my mom, who is a huge Elvis fan, loved it.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
great, guys. He sang. I mean, this guy is something else. So
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
take
I've never seen
that
the
away
movie,
from him.
to be honest with you.
It was absolutely
can't argue.
phenomenal. So,
Wow. And you could have, so I could have had Colin Firth, like in the King's Speech, could have been on there.
mhm.
So many people that just absolutely nailed the role that I don't know.
Any Tom
Um,
Hanks movie.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, from his better ones early on, like Saving
Mhm.
Private Ryan, Forrest Gump,
you
Castaway.
see, so here was my rule.
So-
My rule was I'm not putting any movie that has a retard in it. Because I feel anybody could play basically a retard.
Wow.
I mean, you look at Tropic Thunder and you look at Ben Stiller and the role he was playing as an actor in that role, you know.
Yeah, it
I
was a
never
great
saw the
movie.
movie, so I don't know.
Yep.
Is it that good?
50 times. Oh my God.
Wow. It's that
look,
good?
even if you're
it looked
not-
goofy in the spots I saw. It just
even
looked
if
kind
you're
of out
not
there.
a huge fan of Elvis, even
Yeah.
if you're not a huge fan of Elvis,
Tom
you
Hanks was in that
gotta
movie.
watch it.
Yeah.
You've got to. Yeah, Tom Hanks was in it.
The
Yeah.
Colonel. Yeah.
Guys, I'm not. It's something else. I'm impressed because the youth of this kid
Mhm.
and what he did. I mean, it's from freaking
Leo
Zoe.
and What's Eating Gilbert. Again, a retard. Put any retards in.
I mean, Zoe. He was
Yeah.
in Zoe 101, I think, right? That's where he
Yeah.
made his first start in the kids movie on Nickelodeon. And now he won an Oscar for
Mhm.
Elvis. I mean,
Yep.
he's phenomenal. Great. Yeah, but
Okay.
guys, actors in anything, Val Kilmer,
Uh-oh.
As
Me. It's me.
Ace, was it Ace in Top Gun? What was Slide? No, not Ace. Whatever his character was.
I
and
missed it because I went away.
we
for
want
a
to
minute.
talk about that, but
Mhm.
all these different actors, they've had great ones, and all this
Mhm.
list. And I forgot about Anthony Hopkins. Who
I mean,
awesome.
there's so many that you could go. It seemed like an endless list to me. Monday, we're not going to do one Friday, right, Jim? Because it's a special.
No,
episode
right.
with,
It's
Jim
Iceman.
Pfaff from-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iceman. Thank you, Shop with America. Iceman.
Oh, you're talking about yeah,
Val
yeah.
Kilmer on
Val Kilmer, and yeah. So we're not going to do a top 5 this Friday, but Monday, let's just go with the top 5 actresses, female actresses who nailed their role. I feel that's going to be harder for me.
Yeah.
You know, Let's just do it.
Julia
Why not?
Roberts will not be on my list.
Well, we all know the ones that won't be on our list, you know. But there is some, I mean, you talk about series, you talk about, you know, like whether it's TV or movies, there's some actresses who absolutely nailed their role.
Just Melissa McCarthy. anything she's in.
I mean, it's like the same character almost.
I know. But
that's right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
right.
I understand. She's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. But I think top 5 female actresses who nailed their roles. Let's just reverse
That's
it
a
there
good
and
one.
do that, because I think that could be an interesting list. I could name 2 or 3 from Game of Thrones alone who nailed their
and you know
roles.
that, you know it is because when people from
and I
Game
could have
of
named Joffrey, the guy who plays Joffrey in Game of Thrones, for male.
If anybody, Dale, again, some of my favorite movies or shows that I've seen, Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones, Dale threatened my life to watch them, and I'm glad he did.
Yeah,
because they turned out to be fantastic. But when you hear the character, the actor that played Joffrey,
I know,
and Cersei, people yell at them today.
Oh, still today, yell at them. That's how well they played
That's pretty good.
And they're not like that in real life.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many good roles, and I could have done a lot of cast of Game of Thrones, to be honest with you. Meryl Streep in Devil Wears, she did.
Yep.
I don't like her, you know, but she absolutely nailed that role. You're right. Because I think she's probably pompous anyways, so that's probably why she did. And of course, that movie had one of my top 5 most hated actresses, Anne Hathaway. So that's why. Probably not, but yes, that's true.
She's not hated, but she's
No, I don't mean
there for a while. She was in everything, and it's just
no, it's not even that. I just don't think she's great.
No, and by the way, I don't know if anybody heard this. Did you see what some movie theaters are thinking of doing to get people to come in?
Free? What could they do?
Smoking joints and being
I'm
able
there.
to text and being able to text.
Let's all go to the movies. Let's all go to the movies. Anybody out here old enough to remember that? Next Wednesday,
top GOAT characters. Absolutely.
Oh, for Wednesday.
Spot on.
Yes. I mean, if you aren't a Game of Thrones fan, and you might not be, you know,
be careful, because Dale will slit your throat.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not, then we can't be friends. But I'm just saying that if
holy cow,
so next Wednesday we'll do that. Top 5.
That is actually tough.
Did they have to be in more than one season?
Says characters.
Okay.
Best characters. And some characters played 2 roles. Like the one who played Tommen was also killed because anyway.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's true. That's true. How is Peter Dinklage not going to just almost top everybody's list?
I mean, you got Jamie Lannister. You got Cersei. You got Sansa. You've got
my God,
Maisie Williams as Arya. Probably one.
Yeah, Brienne.
And the unfortunate Theon.
I mean, again, I'm not going to play. I mean, it's the first, honestly, sex change I've seen in a series.
That is true.
Did I really?
Transgender.
It's the first sex change I've ever seen in a series. You just switch genders. That's all. Okay, so Monday, top 5 female actresses. We'll announce Monday again, but Wednesday will be top 5 Game of Thrones.
That's a good one. I like that one. That's a good one.
That is a good one, because we all might have a little different ones. Jon Snow won't be on there. It's not like he was my favorite Jon. He played it great, did great, but out of all the characters in that show,
he played it so well.
They're making a whole series.
Well, he died in the book. Hope I didn't ruin that for anybody.
Did he ruin everybody? My God!
But they brought him back because
poor Theon. Yes,
yeah, poor Theon.
Theon Greyjoy. Yes, poor Theon. Oh, if you haven't seen it, Bolton is going to be that guy. Could not have nailed that role more. He could have been on today's list.
There was when you got Joffrey and even Cersei, I didn't hate anybody more than I hated Ramsay. And
I know Joffrey was almost there, but I did not
almost right.
Yeah. I hated Cersei up until they shamed her, and then I was like, oh, I like her now.
if nobody's watching this, and the following
You don't
week
watch
we
the
do one
series.
for Rich,
Huh?
top 5 Star Wars characters.
Oh yeah, you love Star Wars. You can't wait. Jim, anything else before we get out of here? Again, a special thanks to Seth and Jordan Duggar of Duggar Band.
Check out their music.
Please go check out their music. Please go support them. It was an absolutely true honor to have them on. Please go support them on X. Go support us on X at 2 Guys 1 Coup on our X channel. Share this episode. So not only do people get to see our lovely faces, but they get to know the Duggar Band and who they are personally, which was great to have them on to tell their story. I would have asked more if I was afraid that in the middle of my question I'd have just froze up and looked like an idiot.
We do want to try and get John Rich on, and we might.
I'd love to get you. Obviously, that would be great to get John on.
Yeah.
And at any rate, so as I say it again, thanks to them. Follow us on Rumble as well, our Rumble channel. Please hit the like button. It's super important, folks, that you hit that like button on Rumble. It literally sets the tone for how people find us and how people can, discover 2 Guys 1 Coup and the network, the Patriots Per Network. So please go do that. Thanks to Shop in America, Grit Gear, Lock and Load, Warrior Shield. We appreciate you all, and thank you for joining in today. And everybody else who commented, again, best podcast audience in the world is right here. And we do appreciate it, and that's why we do it. So, Jim, any last words before we bug out of here?
No,
we'll see you guys Friday. Don't forget, 11
we'll be
a.m.
Friday.
Eastern.
Yep.
We'll see you Friday. So set those calendars and those reminders. If you follow us on Rumble, you'll get the notification that bingo, here these 2 handsome fellers are again. That's us, Jim, by the way. So see us on Friday. Anything else?
Hold on.
What?
They'll stop talking. Do Grit Gear top 5. I didn't see his top 5.
Oh, did he put a top 5 in there?
I didn't see it.
We didn't see it.
But I like the Dale stop talking part.
Buckeye. That's all I do. I've been knocked out of this broadcast for how long at the beginning? I got to get my words in.
I'm sorry.
I don't see Grit Gear's top 5. Do you?
I don't see it. Is it all the way at the top?
Up here. I'm sure he had one too, because I was surprised he didn't. So we're looking. Stay with us. Stay tuned.
Not seeing it. Boy, the audience loves this, don't they?
And what I had to leave for a bit. You missed the top 5. You missed the top 5 male actors that nailed their role. Yeah, I'm out.
No, I think he said I'm out when I said Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry I don't see it, but there's great show, guys. Even though I wasn't on, good for you guys to hold it down. Yes, thank you, Rich. Appreciate that.
I'm glad we could hold it down.
Can you run his top 5 on Monday's show? We can. Yeah. Okay. People must want us to leave. We're out.
All right. Bye, everybody.
See everybody. Thank you. See you Friday. Bye.